So welcome to our process video about our art installation, The Wellbeing Wardrobe. So the aim of our installation was to create this interactive artwork that invites individuals to explore the different aspects of their personal wellbeing through the process of art.
We were really inspired by the work of Traumarama in the installation featured at the National Gallery Victoria this year, titled Traumarama for Kids. We loved how immersive and engaging it was for both adults and children. Across 3 rooms they had a range of activities or interactive works of art that tapped into a diverse range of interests. Individuals of all ages were able to participate and even take home a piece of art that they had created in a digital form. A range of technology was incorporated to transform everyday experiences into artworks, as well as areas that required nothing other than enthusiasm and movement. The space was transformed into an installation based on the architectural plan of a traditional Indonesian home, designed to inspire the artist within the audience.
The use of a wardrobe or a chest of drawers stemmed from the thought that this is a piece of furniture that is found in nearly every home. We believe that this would make our installation readily engaging and relatable to a wide range of people, transforming the known and common into the unknown and explorable.
Art should be for all, and as a part of this, we wanted to ensure our installation was sustainable in nature. Whenever we could, we aspired to use recycled resources such as our upcycled bedside table, wardrobe and reusable materials.
There is this quote by Dewey: "Art denotes a process of doing or making. It involves moulding of clay, chipping of marble, casting of bronze, laying of pigments, construction of buildings, singing of songs, playing of instruments, enacting roles on the stage, and going through rhythmic movements in the dance." It's this experience, the process, rather than the product, that we hope the Wellbeing Wardrobe provides an avenue for our audience to experience.
Coming together to collaborate and create this installation, we all desired to have a theme, a message, a something to give purpose to our installation. We didn't want it to exist for just an aesthetic purpose only. Together we considered the things we shared an interest in. Most obviously was education. We also found that we share a strong passion for education beyond academic aspects. We believe education should focus on the holistic development of a person. From this came the notion of well-being, a popular term in schools at the moment, but also something close to our educational beliefs and values. The well-being element of our installation has been retrieved from AusVals and is a learning focus from the health and physical education domain. Hello, my name is Madeline and I'm here to introduce to you our installation based around the idea of the well-being of students. Well-being is a very relevant topic, especially in current society, where we are exploring the effects of the different types of well-being within individuals. The state government indicates that the support for well-being and engagement increases students' ability to reach their full potential. We have created a well-being wardrobe that allows participants to explore all aspects of their well-being. The artwork that I have created provides individuals with the opportunity to make the world. Students will be given materials that represent aspects of our world, such as leaves, rocks, bark, twigs, sand, etc. And they will be encouraged to create the world from their own personal perspective. As students are able to interpret the world in a variety of ways, this ensures that no one would be alike another, as each individual's experience will change the understanding shown in the artwork created. It has been stated within research that children in particular have more interest in artwork that they can manipulate rather than looking at a particular artwork. As such, we have created an installation that is influenced by the individual's personal view, and they can participate in the artworks that we have made as part of our installation. My aspect of the installation connects to environmental well-being. Environmental well-being focuses on the importance of the relationship built between ourselves and the world around us. This includes our perceptions of the world around us, as well as a drive to improve and nurture the environment. We believe that it is important for students to have an understanding of the surroundings that they have and a commitment to building and nurturing a relationship with them. Our installation provides the opportunity for students to engage with their own well-being through art experiences. My component allows students to explore, experience and discover. By providing this opportunity for students, creates the ability to develop a natural curiosity and develop an interest in science and the ever-changing world around us. As stated in research, it is imperative to teach using a hands-on approach to enable active engagement through the participation in classrooms. By creating an artwork that requires involvement from the person viewing it, allows the interpretations to change. As the artwork allows each individual to alter the environment based on their personal perspective, we are given an insight into their engagement with environmental wellbeing. Dewey recommends that students will have a better understanding of the arts if they are provided with the experience of creating products through the arts. As such, we have created an installation that provides the opportunity for students to have engaging experiences with the artworks provided. Specifically, the artwork for this particular part of the installation allows students to manipulate and create their own artwork as they feel it should be presented. It is recommended that visual arts should also be included where possible in the curriculum. As we have created cross-curricular links between curriculum areas and the arts, we're providing opportunities for students to further their learning abilities, especially for students with special needs. The visual arts aspect of the installation also allows students to use their imagination and creativity to continue their understandings of environmental wellbeing. Activity directly links with my cross-curriculum links of visual arts and science. I linked my particular artwork with the science curriculum as it provides the opportunity to make use of practical application of science as well as the ability to investigate the natural world and changes made to it through human activity. This is something that can be witnessed through the ever-changing perceptions of individuals and their image of a natural environment. The arts curriculum outlines the importance of communicating perceptions, observations and understandings of structures, functions and concepts drawn from other areas of the curriculum. This provides a direct link between my two curriculum areas while also including my overarching theme of wellbeing. By allowing individuals to experience a cross-curricular link provides a greater understanding and connections with the specific focus of the installation.
Hi there, my name is Gemma. My assigned learning areas are language and dance. My individual component is designed to link these two areas together while focusing on cultural wellbeing. Combining the learning area of language and art aspect of dance together, the focus for my topic within this art installation is cultural dance. As educators, we are all aware of the many languages that can be taught within our schools, but for this installation, I will be focusing specifically on the French language with the cultural dance genre of folk dance. My artwork involves grade 5-6 students learning the classical children's French song, Sur le pont d'Avignon, and creating a traditional folk dance to reflect the lyrics of the song. Using the resources I have provided, students would find out the meaning behind the lyrics of the song, identify and master specific folk dance moves, and create a traditional dance to present to the class. Dance is an avenue for people to share with the world what they cannot express in words. For children, it has proven to have a positive effect by boosting one's self-esteem and confidence, which is essential for well-being. Dance has been shown to connect with cultural well-being as well, as it is often a tradition in many cultures to express stories and songs through dance that have been passed down for generations. It enhances a sense of community for cultures, as often a dance involves many members coming together to share the cultural experience. Expression in dance usually focuses on artistic dance expression as a form of communication that functions in a way that is similar to language through actions, signs, symbols, and or gestures that are purposeful or intentional in some way. Goodman, Langer, and Margolis have all have semiotic theories of expression in dance, in which dance is seen as having certain symbolic properties that have communicative power. The bodily kinesthetic component of Gardner's multiple intelligence theory is also addressed through my section of this installation. Students can apply physical movements through dance to create meaning whilst reflecting the message behind the language within the song.
I feel as though our installation facilitates an ongoing development of the creative arts and other learning areas in the school, as all aspects of well-being are being addressed and catered for in our installation. It has been outlined in Maslow's hierarchy of needs that stages of growth for humans include belongingness and love, esteem and self-actualization, all of which are addressed within my cultural well-being component. You can address various areas of well-being with our well-being wardrobe with students as you need to. Therefore, our installation is not restricted to the arts and can also be used throughout other learning areas such as civics and citizenship, health and physical education, interpersonal development and personal learning.
As outlined in the Australian curriculum under the Year 5 and 6 content descriptors for the French language, it is expected that students can present, reinterpret or create alternative versions of songs or stories, adapting events or characters to different modes or contexts. My activity addresses this outcome because students need to reinterpret the French song and create a dance appropriate to the context of the story behind the song.
The arts component I have decided to include in my part of the installation is dance. I believe that dance has a strong connection with language and well-being, as many cultures use interpretive dances to portray stories of their history, including ancestral behaviours, significant cultural celebrations, and other cultural events. It is in dance that students can extend their awareness of the body as they combine movements that use body parts and actions with those involving the body, extend their understanding and use of space-time dynamics and relationships, including performing in groups of varying sizes, and most significantly to cultural well-being, dance allows students to explore meaning and interpretation behind the particular movements that are within a particular dance. In Year 5 and 6, ACARA explicitly states that students will be able to explore movement and choreograph devices using the elements of dance to choreograph dances that communicate meaning. Communicating meaning is also a highly significant component of language, which is why I have chosen to combine the aspect of dance and languages together to develop my activity of a cultural dance.
Hello, my name is Julia Hubble and I'm going to be speaking to you about my involvement in an arts installation project. The overarching theme or idea for this project is well-being. While this seems like a fairly broad topic, we narrowed it down to a few specific areas in this category. In particular, I directed my focus towards emotional or affective well-being. This covers the ability to develop and express a range of feelings and emotions and use them to respond to a number of situations in daily life. I was inspired by this idea due to the increasing value and emphasis of this area within primary school settings. Student wellbeing is something I am really passionate about and believe to be integral to the overall health and wellbeing. Two specific areas I focused on were drama and English. I chose these two areas because I believe these to have strong cross-curricular links and complement each other in many ways. According to Burton, drama involves exploring and understanding the world. In addition to this, through drama, children learn skills such as thinking abstractly and discover ways to illustrate emotions, thoughts, and feelings. It also stimulates the acquisition of language and promotes learning across a range of content areas as children endeavour to explore and understand their world. Learning English allows individuals to develop the vital verbal, written, reading and oral skills they need to communicate in daily life. These skills are said to be crucial to the foundation of children's academic skills and encourage growth in other domains. Those who interact with this component will find a range of items. The first item to take note of is the Wheel of Emotions. This contains over 100 different feelings and emotions. Individuals are to select one of the emotions contained on the wheel or one of their choice. Next, individuals are to use the whiteboard provided and write down as many things that come to mind when they hear this feeling or emotion. This may include words, phrases, or even quotes they may know. Using either the Play-Doh or the whiteboard marker provided, individuals are to choose a face template. The first step is to name their face, to personalise the situation. This allows the individual to then reflect upon or consider what this person may be thinking, feeling or saying. Using the chosen emotion, individuals can either draw what this face may look like or use the Play-Doh to mould the expression onto the face. The last step is to take a photo of the board along with the face. Alternatively, individuals may record a dramatic response to their chosen emotion. The last step is to upload the video or the image to Twitter using our hashtag #WellbeingWardrobe. In this way, the final piece will be uploaded to a shared space where people who interact with our installation are able to view the interpretation of others. This is particularly valuable when viewing how different people respond to the same emotion in completely diverse ways. This allows the individual to dramatically express an emotion in a number of ways through gesture, voice, illustrations, or also written communication. In using social media as part of our installment, this not only uses technology and is technologically savvy, but is also environmentally sustainable. My individual component is completely waste-free and all of the resources are reusable. Additionally, our installation enables individuals to explore our website, which explains all interactive activities embedded within our installation. This component would serve as a quality resource for teaching and can be used for dramatic play, the acquisition of language, and as a creative outlet. Through spoken or written English, we are able to use our language to express our feelings and emotions, and through drama, we can use gestures, facial expressions, and make inferences about how others may be feeling. This section of the installation calls upon individuals to reflect upon and explore a range of emotions and feelings. These vast emotions and feelings include ones that are positive, such as joyful, surprised, and also quite negative emotions, including disgust and vulnerable. Research suggests that providing students with opportunities to experience emotions commonly perceived as negative can be beneficial. Student learning has said to be enhanced in education contexts by eliciting genuine, strong emotions. Moreover, this component of the installation supports intrapersonal learning through emotional development. There are many theories of learning which underpin and justify the ideas surrounding my contribution to the instalment. Firstly, the work of Jerome Singer highlights that play is essential to exploring and responding to a range of different situations. These allow for and enhance the ability to engage successfully in new situations. This is particularly crucial to emotional well-being as it encourages emotional development. Thus, through English and drama, individuals are able to learn ways to express, develop, and use a range of emotions. Erikson's theory of psychosocial development highlights that a person's personality emerges from interactions with significant people. This entails the development of autonomy and independence, crucial to showing emotion and responding to a range of situations in life. It has been argued that autonomy and independence are essential components in order to function with the world, make appropriate decisions, and solve daily problems and challenges. As a group, we noticed that our installation strongly linked to Gardner's theory of multiple intelligences. We recognise that much like his theory, well-being incorporates so many different distinct components, yet they all intertwine to form our overall well-being. In particular, my component of the installation relates to Gardner's intrapersonal intelligence, which entails the capacity to understand oneself, appreciate one's feelings, fears, and motivations. The Australian curriculum clearly highlights the importance of developing personal and social capabilities. This includes recognising emotions, expressing emotions appropriately, appreciating diverse perspectives, and learning to communicate feelings and emotions effectively, all crucial to personal and interpersonal development and social and self-management and awareness. When creating the link between drama and English, it is evident that English allows children to develop a solidified understanding of language, which enables them to appropriately voice and express a range of emotions through gesture, speech, and facial expressions. Akara states that drama has the capacity to excite the imagination and encourage students to reach their creative and expressive potential. It also enables students to actively use body, gesture, and movement, and in particular, voice and language. Through drama, students are able to develop a sense of inquiry and empathy, providing an opportunity for individuals to express and explore a range of emotions. It is also stipulated by Akara that English creates confident communicators, imaginative thinkers, and informed citizens, allowing individuals to learn to analyse, understand, communicate, and build relationships with others in the world around them.
Hi, I'm Dale Malikan, and my contribution to the Wellbeing Wardrobe focuses on the curriculum areas of health and physical education, along with media arts, and addresses a physical aspect of wellbeing. My contribution consists of a video that is composed using stop motion. The focus is on physical health, so the theme throughout centres on food and diet choices. Initially, the clip begins with inclement weather and provides examples of proper food and periods of inactivity, of poor food and periods of inactivity. After a light bulb moment, the theme shifts to representations of better food choices and physical activity, culminating in clouds breaking and much improved weather. While there is a great deal of planning and creating prior to filming stop motion media, by including various examples that feature in my brief clip, allows for viewers of our installation to interact with and potentially create their own artwork using the stop motion technology freely available on mobile devices. The aspect of wellbeing my contribution addresses is that of physical wellbeing. My intention was not to focus solely on preaching and describing eating healthily or exercising a set number of hours each week. Healthy diet choices coupled with physical activity can assist to achieving a sense of wellbeing. The connection to the imagery and audio associated with weather patterns is also representative of changing emotions that are linked to the achievement of personal wellbeing. It is important to note, however, that wellbeing is purely a personal and a subjective attainment, and as such, contributing factors will differ greatly between individuals. This is important to note, especially when considering the influence diet and physical activity have on self-perception of body image and the associated external pressures that we are bombarded with through various media outlets and are ever present throughout society. Using stop motion as a medium caters for individuals or groups as it allows for users to connect with the media arts by expressing themselves and their personal connections to and associations with their own sense of well-being. Due to the incorporation of the range of media modes unique to media arts, projects in this domain appeal to a broad range of learning styles. When coupled with the overarching topic of well-being, this topic is very relevant and therefore engaging and accessible to people of all ages. Well-being is a complex combination of a person's physical, mental, emotional and social factors. As such, each person's connection to the topic will be achieved at varying levels, which makes the media arts an extremely appropriate means of expressing and responding. Howard Gardner's theory of multiple intelligences proposes the various intelligences that account for a broad range in human potential amongst adults and children. Armstrong describes the key implications this theory has for learning and development and highlights the restrictive environment of a typical classroom, which focuses predominantly on linguistic and logical mathematical intelligences of Gardner's theory only. While the linguistic intelligence is still addressed using media arts, there is also appeal for visual, spatial, musical, as well as kinesthetic learners. Students can utilise this range of intelligences in order to access media arts through developing the ability to synthesise this apparent inundation of information and imagery in a meaningful way. The curriculum ties for my contribution to the artwork are embedded in the media arts and health and physical education domains. Curriculum links for the arts in the AusFAL's curriculum are based around two standard areas, that of creating and making alongside exploring and responding. For media arts in particular, this is enabled in a multi-sensory format where technologies are used to tell stories through the manipulation of images, sounds and texts. Media arts is used to create a response to a topic, which in this case explores physical well-being by addressing the themes of diet and physical activity. These themes give my contribution direct ties into the health and physical education curriculum domain. The Victorian Curriculum and Assessment Authority have explicitly referred to the key benefits for well-being that stem from participation in physical activity. The curriculum here focuses on identifying healthy eating practices that promote well-being, coupled with the key health benefits achieved through physical activity. A key component of the health and physical activity curriculum is also having the ability to discuss and interpret various health information and messages from the media. Due to the storytelling nature of media arts, there are also obvious cross-curricular links with literacy. Individual images and sounds are combined to create a story similarly to how words combine in a sentence. However, the appeal of media arts is that there is much greater detail available to the reader of a multimodal text than is provided through a written text.
Hi everyone, my name is Shannon Field and today I'll be sharing with you my individual art experience that I have developed for our combined installation, the Wellbeing Wardrobe. My individual component that I've created for our installation is comprised of a social wellbeing focus, visual arts and is connected to humanities, in particular Indigenous history. Through the creative experience, students will be provided iPads and a QR code which outlines the first section of the art experience. Students will be prompted to create a digital artwork on the Sketches app. It is aimed that students will create this artwork in reflection of how they feel in their community in regards to social inclusion and social health. Through the QR code link, students will be enabled and extended through prompting questions. The second aspect of the experience will be a personal observation and reflection of photographs and artworks that express the unjust inequality social exclusion of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people. Students will be encouraged to choose a particular photo or theme to focus on in their artwork and will portray these feelings through their piece. Students will be provided various materials to create their open for interpretation piece. Through the creation of the two artworks, one digital and one created by different tangible art mediums, students will come to recognise and identify their own social well-being and their feelings towards inclusiveness in their family, community or school. Whether this is a positive or negative experience, students are given the opportunity to reflect and express their feelings of social inclusion. Through reflecting on the visual images of Indigenous treatment over the years, students will critically reflect and develop empathy towards the feelings and emotions Indigenous people may have felt through time. To truly develop this sense of empathy, students will take on their perspective and express how they might have felt through an art piece. Through creating these two different pieces of artwork, students can reflect on the contrast between these two feelings of social inclusion. Students will begin to understand the importance of social well-being and the different factors that influence it. So as a whole group, we've all embodied and have been inspired by Howard Gardner and his multiple intelligences theory. In the individual activity I have embodied the visual, spatial, interpersonal and intrapersonal intelligences. This art experience accesses the personal intelligences by addressing one's own feelings towards life, as well as the ability to notice, observe and understand the lives of others. A highly important aspect of spatial learning is to interpret intangible aspects visually. This is indeed practiced through the creation of both artworks. Spatial intelligence skills are also practiced when interpreting and expressing feelings and emotions of the images of Indigenous mistreatment. Through my created art experience, I have been informed by research of humanities education, which highlights the following important points. Experiences that aim for individuals to feel deep empathy towards the event encourages them to think critically of the actions of individuals and how to prevent them from reoccurring. The sensitive issues in history are the issues that need the most reflection, critique and questioning in order for individuals to have the confidence to make changes in society. Students often discover a sense of self through learning about troubling topics, and these points were reflected by Patterson 2010. So these following points, informed by literature, have influenced my approach to visual arts in my art experience. Students are in a society that has access to a range of different media and materials. Therefore, it is important that students experience a range of methods to create different artworks. By using a range of media, students can critically analyse the effectiveness of the media for the purpose of their artwork. The use of diverse media and materials allows students to develop a variety of different skills, which they may not develop through creating art through one form. Each student is capable of achieving if different experiences and options are provided for them. And these points were informed by Roy, Baker and Hamilton 2012. So I've comprised 3 areas of the curriculum to create my art experience for the installation. Our overarching curriculum focus for our installation is well-being. I've based my art experience on social well-being. My overarching art area is visual arts, and I've connected it to the arts in level 3. The focus for level 3 visual art that I have extracted for my art experiences are: communicate concepts arising from their personal experiences and from the world around them, communicate ideas, observations and feelings using a range of media, materials, equipment and technologies to make artworks, and students explore art areas sourced from their imagination, from their own and other cultures. I've also made cross-curricular links with humanities. This is extracted from historical knowledge and understanding from level 4 under the subheading of first contacts. The nature of contact between Aboriginal people and or Torres Strait Islanders and the effects of these interactions on their families and the environment.
My name is Claire Canty and the areas I will be exploring are maths and music. My individual component is designed to link the two whilst focusing on cognitive wellbeing. Our artwork encapsulates the idea of one's wellbeing through a tangible representation. The audience is exposed to all elements of wellbeing through the arts. My contribution allows the audience to create their own musical composition using regular kitchen glasses with differing amounts of water. It is desired that the audience will organise the glasses in such a way that they can create a piece of music. The fraction of water in the glass plays an important role in the sound that is created. By changing the fraction of water within the glass, different sounds can be made. Using household items allows the audience to make connections to their own environments whilst in different contexts. Each of the glasses will have a different tone when hit with the spoon. The glass with the most water will have the lowest tone, while the glass with the least water will have the highest. Small vibrations are made when you hit the glass. This creates sound waves which travel through the water. Each glass makes a different sound because the sound waves travel through the water at different speeds, causing vibrations at different frequencies. More water means slower vibrations and a deeper tone. The audience is able to transform the glasses and spoons into musical instruments. Cognitive wellbeing can be defined as the interactions we have with the world around us. My contribution to the artwork connects to this area of wellbeing as it allows the audience to create connections with and to the piece. Each artwork can be manipulated to one's own rhythm or can be added to another to create something new. Cognitive wellbeing can be linked to Piaget's theory of cognitive development, which acknowledges the mental process resulting from biological maturation and environmental experience. This idea of environmental experience as part of one's development links to our art installation, making a clear connection between wellbeing and the arts. This artwork is supported by Howard Gardner's theory of multiple intelligences. The theory highlights strength in a range of intelligences rather than all or one, implying that everyone learns in a different way. My artwork has the potential to link to all intelligences. The musical rhythmic aspect suggests that students are able to explore sound and noise while creating rhythm and adjusting the beat, just like using the glasses. The bodily kinesthetic aspect suggests that the audience can touch the artwork and manipulate it to create their own composition. The logical mathematical side suggests that they can use fractions of water within the glasses to create different sounds, acknowledging that different amounts of water can create a different noise. The fractional value of water in the glass will determine the sound that is made. The visual spatial aspect, which means that the audience can manipulate their environment to make sounds. It might be that the audience wants to change the medium from water to something else, for example. The interpersonal connection is that it could be used independently for reflection or connection, and the interpersonal means that it could interact with others, learning through interaction. It could be brought about by doing a group composition. The linguistic side is where the artwork has the potential to use words and communicate ideas through songs. And finally, naturalistic, which was proposed by himself in 1995, relates to one's natural surroundings. The main body of this artwork being water, allowing the audience to make connections to nature. Akara suggests that up to and including level 3 mathematics, students should recognise and interpret common uses of halves, quarters and eighths of shapes and collections. It also states that the student should be able to model and represent fractions using 1/2, 1/4, 1/3, 1/5 and their multiples to complete a whole. Within the music dimension, Akara advises that primary age students create compositions and perform music to communicate ideas to an audience. It also mentions that students should create, perform and record compositions by selecting and organising sounds, silence, tempo and volume. My contribution to the artwork combines the two, allowing students to change the fraction of water in their glass to explore and experiment with sounds, creating their own piece of music.
Hello, my name's Ava Cathcart and I'm part of the installation team for the Wellbeing Wardrobe. My aspect of the Wellbeing Wardrobe has emerged from a combination of the curriculum area of physical education and creative movement, and attempts to engage with an individual's spiritual well-being as well. I've titled it Connections with a capital S on the end. So when you open the folder on the side of the Wellbeing Wardrobe, your curiosity is united as you pull out 2 sheets of material and a QR code. Intrigued, you scan the code and are directed to a web page, which asks you to first select an area to explore. There's 2 images to choose from, a slightly bigger person and a slightly smaller person representing adults and children. Following whichever one you choose, you are directed to prompts and questions, and you're invited to respond. Stop. So, for example, one of the prompts might be, how does your expression change when you see someone you know? When you're looking and you find them? When you find things that you have in common with a stranger? So then, using the props, the sheets of material and a camera, the idea is that the individual engages with the art piece and creates their own photograph after some reflection. So they're directed to upload this response onto a Padlet, which is like a real-time web page, similar in concept to a physical pinboard. So it allows individuals to upload and pin their photo there. Others who have the link are then able to see everyone's responses and explore the photographs in this web-based community type setting. So when I was thinking about engaging with a person's spiritual well-being, I really wanted to ensure that it wasn't explicitly religiously directed. Hyde and Remas identify spirituality as being concerned with a person's sense of connectedness or relationship with 4 areas. So you've got with yourself, with others, with the world, and with a transcendent dimension. So I chose to focus on the first 3 of these areas because in Australia we come from a really multicultural and multi-faith society, and I didn't want anyone to feel unable to engage with the art piece because of differences in faiths. Spirituality, it's not exclusively connected to religion, but religion may give expression to some people's forms of spirituality. So these 3 areas of self, of others, and the world, they form the basis for my exploratory prompts that highlight a sense of connectedness or even disconnectedness from these 3 dimensions of spiritual well-being. So I really wanted to encourage a physical response to these prompts, a movement of the body, for a number of different reasons. Firstly, I believe that creative movement is completely intrinsic to human nature. It's the kinesthetic expressions of an idea, thought, or feeling, or an impulse. As Greece so expressed, creative movement and non-verbal language is the first way that an individual experiences and explores the world. And I love this quote from her that no one has to teach children to jump for joy, to roll down a grassy hill, or to pound their bodies against the floor in a tantrum. Really similarly, Hyde found that the key characteristics of a child's spirituality is the felt sense, and this is being when a child becomes aware of their physical body in relation to an activity in which they are engaged, primarily because when children encounter and act upon the world, they do so with the whole of their bodies. And I think this is something that can get a little bit lost in adulthood, this connection to your body and the way that you move. So, as noted earlier, it's the experience of art and the engagement of creation that drives connections, as it does for the whole of our Wellbeing Wardrobe installation. Connections in particular draws upon visual literacy, which is accessing an individual's potential to create visual images to express thoughts and feelings. So, learning and thinking really relies on these images. Connect has done a lot of research into this, and it's essential to communications as well. We know that visual imagery, you can't sort of really express yourself clearly if you don't have imagery as well around you. So Connections takes this and uses photographs which individuals create to help establish the connection across the different audience members. So it's this idea of communicating and expressing, but without words. So it's this idea of wordless communication that ties in with Gardner's theory of multiple intelligences, specifically his understanding of body kinesthetic intelligence. So he identifies it as using one's whole body or parts of the body to solve problems or fashion products. So it's within this avenue that Connections moves through. The notion of kinesthetic intelligence is something that's frequently, it's not valued in academic or social communities really, say for sporting events or dancing occasionally. But really, I think it's this same body kinesthetic intelligence that you see in those events that can be really used to connect with other forms of intelligences as well. In particular, it always draws to mind the affective and musical intelligences. We can see how it connects and releases the potential for those as well. So the Auswell's curriculum, it presents physical education as being more than just this physical side of health. By their definition, children should be looking at the importance of a healthy lifestyle, with this huge emphasis on a balance of physical, mental, social, and emotional. So the curriculum, it highlights the importance of physical activity that contributes to a sense of community and social connectedness, not the kinds of physical activities that segregate you from the community. It also explicitly highlights that these are components of improved well-being. So this is again where Connections comes in, and in particular the Padlet component of Connections, the Padlet being the online forum which people can upload their responses. So the prompts, they first encourage a response that requires an awareness of bodily movement. They ask individuals to upload a photo or a video to the page that show how your body looks when you might feel like this. So it's through this physical movement or posture or action, and by that, the response is enacted, and then in using the camera, it's captured. So in uploading and sharing it with others, this connection is then made. A connection to others who have also created a response through movement, an expression and of an aspect of their spiritual well-being.
Thank you for watching our process video. We hope you have gained a strong insight as to the ways we can enhance all areas of well-being amongst our students through the arts and other areas of the curriculum.